What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. I'm going to cut straight to the chase today. I had an awesome day fishing this dude. You've seen it before, the Topspin. As a bank angler, this one has a lot of advantages, as you can see here. I'll talk about it more in the video, and at the end, I'll go over all this, the combo, rod, reel, line. But for now, enough yapping. Let's get to fishing. There's one. Little dude, boy. The dink fest continues. Y'all missed it, and you aren't going to believe me, but I just caught one before this. That was over a pound, probably, I don't know, pound and a halfer. Wasn't recording when I switched spots. Okay, back to the little tiny dudes. There's one. Right as it hit some of those sticks out there. All right. Hey, finally a bigger fish on camera. That was like the size of the one I caught before. Chunky little, pound and 3/4 maybe. He's pretty thick. Look at him. Belly full, all right. Getting bigger here for us. I like that. Oh gosh, you see that? Oh, he smoked it and then took out. Got him just as it was coming up into those shallows. Thumped it, yes. Largest one of the day. And 1 pound, 12 ounces. All right, well, pound and 3/4. I thought he was getting closer to that 2 pound mark. Definitely a longer, better looking fish. Now we'll see if we can actually break the 2 pound mark on this thing. It's definitely working. That dude hit it as soon as it was up in the shallows. Thanks, feller. Okay, gonna get a new one rigged up here. This is what I'm throwing, the Kitech, the Swing Impact 4-inch. It's a longer, slender stick bait, great for a trailer. Doesn't have like a huge tail that really overpowers stuff, so I really like these as trailers on like spinner baits, even chatters, because that tail is so small, the actual bait kind of lets it do its thing. Then again, another look at the jig head. That's that First Gen Lures Topspin. Really liking these things. As a bank angler, I can run this, you know, on the ground, you know, through brush and wood and stuff, not worry about getting hung up as much, and this wire that holds the blade kind of acts like a weed guard for me, as opposed to throwing an underspin, which is, you know, obviously very similar to this. Spinners down here usually get it caught up in muck and, you know, dirt and stuff, and not having this here, you tend to get hung up more. So really like these as a bank angler. Definitely urge you to check these out. Bright sunny day, we've got a bunch of wind. I think that's what's really helping us here, blowing the bait fish and everything else down here kind of into this cut. It's a decent sized pond. It's pretty big. I don't know, 20 acres maybe. The main pond is off to my right. You can see it goes way up over there. It kind of goes in a boot shape and is pushing everything down this way. So I'm hoping, being down here at the end of it, trying to find some of these sticks and anything that fish might be holding on, chasing and eating some bait in here, we can kind of keep up with this bite and find a few more. There's one. Just as it was coming up into those shallows, man, he thumped it like he was gonna do something really bad about it. Perfect hook set right in the top of the nose. Little dude. We're going backwards in size here. It's not how it's supposed to work. There's one. Out a little bit farther. Not a mondo, but that's another one on the Topspin. He's fighting. Good fighters. Chunky dink. Is that a thing? Is there such a thing as chunky dinks? All right, here we go. Another pounder. Thanks for eating, feller. Productive day of catching some fish. Finally, nice weather. Man. Beats sitting at home. You know, every day you go out isn't going to be full of gigantic fish. It really depends on the place you're fishing. You know, some place a 3.5 pounder might be the biggest fish in that pond or a lake or whatever, you know. So always take that into consideration. Don't beat yourself up if you go out and catch a bunch of dinks. I do it. Pros do it. Heck, there's pros that'll go out on tournament and not catch a damn thing. How would you feel if That's the way you're making your living, making money, and you skunk. Talk about stressful. There's one. Well, we went through quite a lull there. Back to our dinktastically amazing program here. Another little feller. Thanks for eating, dude. Another one. All right, all right. A little bit bigger than the last one. Thanks for eating, guy. Wind picking back up. Move down here to toward the end of where all this is blowing in. Seems to be the deal. I guess the fish like this. Listen to the fish. Fish where they are. Another little one. Well, apparently I've fired up the whole dink squad here. All the little fish got the memo. Hey, Debos in the area. Go eat his lure. All right. Still biting. Made a little move here. Found one. Man, he's thick. Chunked up, eating well. Look at that. All right. Topspin strikes again. It has been a day full of this. Kind of going between slow rolling it, going a little faster, popping it at spots, varying my retrieve. That's one little thing you can do besides, you know, if you don't want to switch color, you don't want to switch lures, just vary up that retrieve. Go slower, you know, methodical. Speed it up, you know, put in some fast little, you know, winds in there. That dude ate it. Try to replicate that and see if we can't find a couple more. Letting the wind bring this in, trying to replicate where I was getting those bites over there. Yeah, that's another one. Couldn't tell if that was a bite or a stick. That's why I couldn't tell, because most sticks are bigger than this fish. He might go 3 ounces. Okay, well, looks like the same is holding true here. Cast into the wind, kind of slow rolling with it. Seeing what we got out there ready to eat. That's one. Yep. All right, the bite continues. No, these are not all monsters, but by gosh, this is fun. I don't care what you say. I'll take a bunch of pounders. I'm just out here to have fun, and it has been a very productive day. Catching some beautiful little fish like that. I am thankful for every day I'm above ground, especially when I'm above ground out here on the water catching some fish. right as I was going to bring it over that stick. All right, feller. Well, you're on the right show. This is Debos Fishing. You're a famous dink now. All 10 people that watch this video. Thumped it once, came back. See me pop my rod tip when he thumped it. Thought it was getting away, he came back and grabbed it. All right, another one on the top spinach, huh? There we go. Thanks, dude. It's working. It's a top spin day, I tell you. That's another. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Hungry little dude. Okay, well, this has 100% been the deal for the day. A small bait fish profile. We got the wind. It's not really one of those days where I'm like, oh, spinnerbait, you know, it's, well, we've got clouds now, but when I started, it wasn't cloudy. I was like, yeah, do I want to tie in a spinnerbait? The underspin or topspin is, you know, kind of like a finesse version of that, right? It doesn't have all the blades, all the vibration, smaller, more compact, doesn't have a huge skirt on it. That's what I tied on today, and by golly, for once, my plan worked. It's a little dude that hit it the cast before. I felt you hit it, feller. You came back, exact same spot. He woofed it though, man. He wasn't playing. A bunch of little dudes absolutely loving this thing today. Man, what more could you ask for? I guess maybe some really big fish. That'd be fun, but hey, it's Debos Fishing. Don't get your hopes up. All right, well, there we go. One more look at what I'm throwing. I'll go over all of this at the end. I know I rigged that one a little cattywampus, but it'll work. I've only got like 15 minutes, so I'm gonna throw a few more casts, and then it's time to get going. Little dude in there. Yeah, little. My goodness. Sorry, friend. Little dude had quite the appetite. He's like, oh, this minnow looks good. Ah, what the heck? Well, I was just gonna say, it's about time. I've maybe only got a couple casts. I think we're gonna have to end on that. That, fishing friends, is Debos Fishing at its finest. Oh, there we go. Smacked it and took off. I lied. I was gonna have that be last cast, but I was like, on the way out, might as well throw a couple more. Look at that, paid off. Well, it has been a day full of these. You can't complain when you're catching numbers, for me anyway. I like it anytime I can come out and catch a ton of fish. Not the monsters that you see some of these people catching. Take what I can get, though. If you're not having fun out catching fish, then gotta get a different hobby. Catching fish should be fun for you. Nothing to add to the day's count. Well, they've all been cookie cutter pounders, it seems like, for a minute. Fine by me. Having fun. Another one eaten. Thank you, sir. Females are probably out a little bit deeper. That's all right. As a bank angler, man, sometimes you're just restricted to what you can actually get to and fish. I'll take them today, man. This has been a blast. Absolute load of fun catching a bunch of fish, dang it. And as a bank angler, you got to watch out for those trees above you. There's one. There's a little stick pile over there. Oh, best one of the day, by golly. Yes. This will be our sign out fish, not the 2-ounce fish. Hey, all right. Oh, thought it was the best. Oh yeah, it's still a good fish. Bunch of gunk on it. Yeah, I'd say that's a 2-pounder. Pretty skinny. All right, well, another 1.5-pounder. Getting excited about 1.5-pounders. You know, it must be Debos Fishing. All right, fishing friends, ton of fun on the water. Probably caught 30 fish that day. There was a number I caught afterwards. I ended up probably going 100 casts after last cast, but caught a few more. Again, a bunch of the pounders, but that was it. The first gen lures, topspin, and literally it's just the opposite of an underspin. The spinner is up on top. It's just a little willow blade up there above the hook. Awesome for a bank angler because you can come up over wood and brush and such. And this is a titanium weed guard deal, so it's not like a little wire that you have to bend back every single time. Keeps its shape, bounces off stuff, acts as a weedless piece for a bank angler or in a boat, doesn't matter. But awesome little lure. Caught, man, a ton of fish on it with just that simple little Kitech. That's the bluegill color. It did work. Now the combo, starting with the reel, this is the Shimano Scorpion DC. I think I picked that baby up last year. You've seen me throw it a little bit. Comment below and let me know if you'd like to see a review. I think I'm going to do that, and then I have a plan for this reel. But the DC reels, I'm not a huge proponent of them. Like, if you're going to learn to use a Baitcaster, more than likely you're not just going to buy DC reels. So, a lot of people say, well, should I get it for my first one to learn how to use them? Once you learn how to use your thumb, the best and smartest break on Baitcasters, you'll have no problem. It just takes practice. I will say, though, the DC reels are good for skipping, and on the day that I was out there fishing into the wind, I didn't have a single backlash. So I will say DC reels, casting them into the wind like this one, it is a large help. Now, there are other reels out there that do just as well in the wind, but I will say, if you like DC reels or, you're interested in getting one, it does help for the wind. Oh, and that's the 7.4 to 1 speed, in case you wondered. I've got some P-Line Tactical on there. That's some 15-pound. Love that stuff. Casts really easy if you're looking for a fluorocarbon that casts well. Is pretty soft overall. I like that. And then the rod. This is also one you've kind of seen here and there, the Shimano Curado rod. I think it's right at like $170. Really nice rod overall. Fits really well in hand. This grip here, this has to be comfortable. When you grab a rod and put it in hand and start fishing it, has to be really comfortable. I cut the lure off so I can do this. Has to be really comfortable to hold it and reel it all around. If you don't have that, I don't care if it's a $1,000 rod. If it's not comfortable to hold it and doesn't feel well here, you're not going to want to fish it. Kind of hard to see the rating, but this is a 7-foot medium heavy rated for lures up to 1 ounce. And you can see when I loaded up to cast, it casted that well. That was a 1/4 ounce top spin with that Kitech on it. And when you set the hook, gets a good bend into it. I wouldn't say it's like a super soft like crankbait rod, nothing like that, but it's one of those, you know, softer medium heavies that does it all really, really well. I like that when it has a little bit of a bend to it, not the super stiff medium heavy. So overall, I have really liked the rod. Listen, do me a favor, comment below and let me know, have you had a day like that this spring where you go out and catch, you know, 30 fish? What kind of lure was it? If there's recommendations y'all want to see me fish. Somebody on the live the other night said they wanted to see me fish a Texas rig, and I just threw that the other night, so you're going to see one of those videos coming up. I had a really good day on the jerkbait, but comment below and let me know, is there a specific lure this spring on the next couple weeks you'd really like to see me throw, and I will do it. Today's subscribe fishing friend is Michael M. I appreciate everybody who continues to watch. He just commented and said, oh no, I missed the live. The lives are always on replay. I appreciate everybody that watches them live or on the replays. I appreciate anybody that watches any of my videos. Again, I would not be here if it was not for all of you. So it's thundering out. I need to get to editing before the power goes out. So thank you all for watching, and until next time.